Welcome back, RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one, I made a video yesterday about some San Diego properties and I missed this one. This one is 9 acres. It's in the backside of San Diego. It's close to Ramona. It's in the hills. We're standing on top of the property, basically, when I took this picture in the background. And it's got this nice view looking out over valleys all around the area. It's between the 15 and Ramona on the way up to Ramona. And it's you can just drive right up to it. The road's there, nice driveway, easy access, big flat pad graded out to put a house on. Power lines are right up there. You'd have to put in a water well and septic system, but other than that, it's ready to go. I mean, those are typical installments in country living anyway. So let's take a look at this one. I got it pulled up, RealVacantLand.com. Some pictures are going by here. I took some of these pictures. I don't know what this there's a rock on the property. Okay. But there's so this is kind of the shape of it. Here's the road here. This is the 76. I forget the name of the road. I'll pull it up. Then the driveway comes up and around and back and out. And then we're at the top of this hill looking out over this whole valley area. Just over 9 acres. I want to get some pictures. Well, let's look at this one. This is San Diego here, 40 miles to downtown San Diego. This is the view we're just showing. Okay, so here's a view off to another side, looking out over the side of the property. This is the neighbors. There's nice mountains in the area. It's a nice quiet area. The views out all over the place. Oh, look at that. So there's a cell tower right there. There's a cell tower on that one too. So you could probably get internet off of one of these or both of them, and I'm guessing good cell signal as well. So here's just views. It's a good view property. Let me see if I got some pictures. Well, there's my dog hiding in the bushes. There's a good chunk of land here to build a house on. And the driveway goes that side. Driveway goes around. There's just one rock there. Driveway winds around that and comes back around down to the road. There's a good driveway, good solid built driveway, road going back in there. Some more of the views. There's a power line headed over there. This is the drive part of the driveway. Just views out over the area. This would be looking north, I believe. This would be your closest neighbor. There are ways over here on the hill. Nice lady. I talked to her at the gate, and she was, just the kind of person you want to have as a neighbor. So yeah, views going in different directions. Out behind the property, there's a bunch of wildlife preserve. There's some trails that go through these canyons back down to some other roads that are. I forget the name of the park. It's a big park. There's a stream that goes through there part of the year with waterfall, and people like to hike the trails to look at the waterfall. So the waterfall's like on the back side of the property. So here's the gate at the beginning of the property, and the neighbor lady says they usually leave it open. So it's basically always open. You just drive in there. But if you talk to the neighbors and you wanted more privacy, you could probably start closing that thing. But it goes up and around, and this hill up here would be the building site, the top of this hill. So this is you're the main prominent house in the area. There's some more views, some of the land in the area. So this is some of the flat land up top, big nice flat spot to put a house. This is a driveway headed from the main road back into the property. And some more random pictures. Okay, so you can go look at these pictures by going to the website. Go to RealVacantLand.com, and the link is in the description of this video. It'll bring you back to the website, and then you can see it from there. Asking $224,977. There's one property down the street that's asking like $100,000. It doesn't have any really access, and it's got a bunch of open space on it that you can't build on, and it's got this one little spot. It's maybe like a little dip in the hill where you might be able to put a house. It's been for sale for years and years and years. Nobody goes for it. This one is a lot more realistic, and everything else in the area seems to be higher prices than what I'm asking. So let's pull up the maps. So I got the maps. This is rural vacant land maps. We got, this is what's the name of this road? 78. Sorry, I said 76. This is 78. So the 78 goes from the 15, here's Ramona. So Ramona is the town. This is probably where you go get groceries and things. If you wanted to go to Escondido, you could go down the 78 past the Wild Animal Park. If you've ever been to the Wild Animal Park in San Diego, it's a big tourist attraction, to Escondido. Escondido's got all kinds of supplies and jobs, and it's a good city center. And if you really want to get to San Diego's down here. So this is the outskirts of San Diego. This is the backside. This is in the mountains. This is in the hills. And San Diego's here. I was looking at the maps earlier. It said it was 40 miles from the property through down to the 15 and down to downtown Escondido. Like if you wanted to go take the boats out to go fishing or something. That's usually the reason I go down there. So here's the trail I was talking about. South Clevenger Trail. That's why I couldn't remember it. So here's a trailhead over here on the 78, and you could park there and you could hike this trail back up to the back side of this neighborhood, or you could go out down the driveway and go catch the trail off the back side of the road that's close to here. I mean, there's a hill in between. You'd go around this hill and back, and then the canyon on the back side of these hills is where the waterfall is in there somewhere. Let's turn on satellite. I'll show you. Okay, so the driveway comes around here, and then you could go down these canyons somehow. I don't know exactly where the trail goes. I've had some other properties. I just sold some properties down here. There's some properties in this area. If you look at comps, let's see if I can find it. That are quite misleading. I think it's right in here. No, it's right in this area. If you look at comps right around this area, there's one particular road that comes off the 78, and there's like 4 or 5 or 6 properties on that road that have sold recently. And I send out mailers, right? I send out letters, say, I want to buy your land. And I give them cash offers, and everybody on that road accepts my offers, like every time. And if you look at the trade prices, you're like, what the heck is going on here? It's because the road is not legally hooked to the highway. You have to go through Caltrans to get it hooked to the highway. And you can't build anything without having legal access to the road. And then the road is on an easement, and it goes straight up a friggin' hill, and it goes more than 20% grade. And the county says if you're over 20% grade, you can't. They say you got to get special permission to get a building permit. So between 20 and 25% grade, you got to do all kinds of crazy stuff just to get a building permit. So you got to hook it to the road, and you got to fix the grade of the road, but there's no wiggle room to like put some S's in the road to fix it without buying up the neighborhood. And so everything on that road just goes really cheap, and nothing's really built legally. It's all makeshift weird stuff. So if you're looking at comps in the area, there's this one puddle of comps that have that weird stuff going on. Everything else is more expensive. The one that I was telling you about that's got the weird access, so there's a property here on this side of the road, and they've tried to sell to me a couple times too. So this is the driveway. You can't access it off the highway because of that same highway thing I was telling you about. This is a highly traveled highway, high-speed highway, and they don't want more on and off. So you got to go through Caltrans to get more on and off permission. And they want it to be dead straight on so you can look both ways, and it's safe. It's not some angly thing. And they've got their requirements. They want them spaced out and stuff. So it's not easy to just get access to the highway. And so this property goes all along the highway. It's this hill, and it's you'd have to go through this wash to get there, and which is, you might be able to do it. There used to be a bridge, I think, that washed out here once upon a time. And then you'd have to go up along here. I think this is the building site. And so you'd have to figure out how to get septic into that hill and put a house in there and cross the wash and engineer the whole thing. That's why that property is bigger acreage, but it's cheaper. There's no view, and it's just hard to access. So take a look at it and everything and compare. This one's a lot easier to access and make happen. Okay, so there's the idea of the comps in the area. I should have pulled up comps and pointed out those weird ones. So what I was thinking would be really easy and fun to do with this property is go to someone like Clayton Homes, and Clayton Homes does manufactured homes. I don't work for them or with them or make anything off of these guys. It's just an example. They're one of the most popular home builders in the country for manufactured homes. I think they got bought out, or they did a big deal with Berkshire Hathaway, and Berkshire Hathaway does a lot of the finance of the homes behind the scenes. So you get really easy finance. And so I put the zip code, well, this is like a local-ish zip code into the website, and you see what kind of homes they have up. And they automatically did a $75,000 to $150,000 slice of homes, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just your basic homes. So you might want something else, but this is what they came up with. Of course, they sort at highest price first. I don't know why. So here's a single wide that's like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 860 square foot, 120 grand for 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 968 square foot, a little bit bigger, 140 grand. So if we got this property and we put one of these on here, I mean, there's different ones. You can get bigger ones, you get like 5-bedroom ones, and sometimes the bigger ones seem to be less in stock right now. I think that's probably why they're promoting the smaller ones. The smaller ones seem to sit around more, and they're easier to get in stock or easier to buy. So you can go to these people, you can pick out a home, and you can get it delivered, and you can get it set up on the site. So if we go back to the site here, they'll drive this thing down the road. They'll drive it up the driveway. They'll drive it through this driveway, and they'll set it up on the property. Whichever way you want it to angle out and look. They'll contract a water well drilled. They'll contract somebody to install septic. They'll hook it up to the power line. They'll get it all hooked up. They'll deliver the home, hook it up for you. They will wrap the finance of buying the land and buying the manufactured home together, and the site setup and delivery and all this stuff together. We're probably talking, let's see if I can do some rough math. So $225,000 what I'm asking for the property. And let's say, so 225,000 plus the $140,000 for the home, and probably plus another 30 grand for a water well, I'm guessing, plus another 15 grand for a septic, I'm guessing, and like delivery setup stuff, let's call it another 25 grand, I'm guessing here. We're at 435 grand is probably like an all-in kind of number. And so these guys, those are FHA numbers, right? So what did I just say? 435. I probably lost my number. I deleted the calculator already. Okay, so let's do. Can we do a percentage here? So let's just do the math. Let's use a calculator. 435 times 0.035. This is FHA financing, like down payment, minimum down payment. 15 grand. We're talking 15 grand out of your pocket to line that up and get this property and a home delivered and set up and start going. And so let's this is going to be rough, but $15,000. What are we? This is the budget. I don't want the budget. Down payment. This isn't the kind of calculator I want. I just want the kind you can figure out what the heck. I just want the kind you can, put like, Okay, so let's do this. 15,435. Loan amount 420. Interest rate. This is just their. Let's see. Loan term 30 years. Taxes. This is all guessing, right? I'm just to guess. Their guesstimates. They're looking at $1,000 a month payments with today's interest rates and all those guesses and stuff. So if I'm doing my math right and my guesstimates right, you could have one of these homes delivered to the property, set up, $15,000 down, $1,000 a month for the next like 30 years. You got yourself a home in San Diego. And I think that makes a property like this quite attractable, easy to use, easy to make happen. So if you're interested in that, I mean, there's a buy now button if you really just want to go for it. But give me a call and I'll set you up with the realtor I have on this one, Andy Crane. His phone number is 619-971-6247. And he can set up the financing in the home and make it all happen too and get all the contacts to pull it off. He'll give you a tour and a showing, or you can just drive over there. There's GPS coordinates here. The GPS coordinates, you can click on it. If you pull this up in your phone, and it'll give you driving directions. You can just take up. If you do click on your computer, it'll give you driving directions too, but then you probably got to print it or something. So there's GPS of the whole thing. Taxes are like $473 a year. Yeah, so there's some maps to the property, and that's it. That's a San Diego property, guys. San Diego County land that you could theoretically, possibly, most likely get into for like $15,000 with a home and $1,000 a month payments from there. If you look around the area and you try to find a rental that's cheaper than that, good luck. It doesn't happen, right? So I think it's just cheaper to buy a property, get a home delivered, and make it happen. And vice versa. I mean, even if you didn't want to live there, you could set it up for somebody else and you could just rent it out and then see what the market does. If we look around the area, I mean, that's the other thing I should have done. I should have pulled up. Let's just do it while we're talking about it, because now I'm curious. So let's see. Let's pull up Zillow. Let's zoom into the area and see what mobile homes are going for. Because my premonition before I start doing this is, okay, 430 something. We could probably sell it for 550 grand or more, I'm guessing. So here's Ramona. Here's the rough area. San Pasqual. We're over here, I think. What are these? 225s. Oh, that's me. Okay, that's my property. So if we go to, I wanted to go to mobile homes, manufactured homes, and let's see. Well, here's a 239, but these are you don't own the land. This is you rent the land and you pay another $1,500 a month or something to rent the land. Let's see if you can find one where you actually own the land. These are all site rental. Price high to low. This, you might actually get this one. I think this is still, you're still paying rent. Okay, so there aren't any of them for sale right around this area. But like here's one. I mean, 800 grand on, this looks like it's on some land, like you actually get the land. So here's a manufactured home. This is a bigger size manufactured home on land. And you could set something like this up on the property. You're going to pay another, $100,000 maybe, or 50 to 100 to get this size home instead of the ones we were looking at. So instead of 435, maybe you're at five and a quarter or something to get this style home delivered, set up, built, and everything. And then you go throw it on the market, and the closest, this Descanso. This is like way the heck out there. My lot's a lot closer to reality than this. They're asking 789 grand for this. And how long has it been on the market? Oh, 88 days. It's been up there for a while. I thought a lot of them are moving fast. Rare opportunity, $1 million views, right? So the right person could put one of these together. They could put it together on this property. You could get a nice one. Look at this. It's got the nice kitchen setups and the views and everything. You could just figure out what model this is and get one of these things delivered. 2,500 square foot manufactured home. That's a serious manufactured home. It might be like maybe 3 pieces. 1, 2, it might be 3 pieces. And then some side 3, 4, 5 pieces manufactured home or something. But you're probably in the 500s to buy the land, set one of these things up, and then they're selling it. They're asking in the 700s. They're marking it up over 200 grand, I bet you. They probably marked it up 250 grand or more for setting this up. So you could take this property that I've got and you could copy this. And you could look around San Diego County and find a whole bunch of solds like this and for sales, and you could figure out the numbers on your own and concoct the thing without putting up a whole lot of money out of your own pocket to pull this off by using the finance that's available in manufactured homes. Okay, so hopefully I'm getting my point across and why somebody would grab this thing up. And everyone says, San Diego's really expensive. Well, you can make a lot more money off of one of these properties than you can off the $200 or whatever Arkansas properties and sell it for $1,000 or something. So this is, I think, a lot more reality of buying, building, selling. And then if you went and looked at the numbers of building a house, I mean, it's a different story altogether. But I think the simplicity of financing a manufactured home, and this property will take a manufactured home, is the point of what I wanted to get across. Okay. It's enough. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.